My dear, they painted you a villain, but I only saw the truth they hid in silence. They told the world you broke us, never admitted they walked away first. You're not a mistake. You're their unspoken regret disguised as blame. Their lies crafted shadows where only your light ever lived. They called you broken. Really, they feared facing their own fractures. What they said about you was just the echo of their cowardice. The story they told erased your name to save their shame. You're not the monster, you're the truth they refused to tell. They blamed your silence when their own words betrayed everything. The worst betrayal is when your love becomes their alibi. They painted you angry, but their heart was the storm's origin. You are not the problem. They made you the scapegoat of their lies. They whispered lies so loudly the truth seemed invisible. You loved deeply. They just feared the reflection you showed. They called you cold, but their absence froze the fire you carried. When they lied, they stole your story, but never your soul. Your truth was inconvenient, so they twisted it into fiction. They told you weren't enough, but they were the ones who left. Their words were weapons forged from their own broken promises. You were a chapter they burned to hide the mess they made. They said you abandoned, yet they vanished without a trace. You are not their lie. You are the truth they fear to face. They called you selfish, while their silence screamed betrayal. The mask they wore was stitched with stories that weren't yours. Their version of you is a ghost haunting their own regrets. You loved honestly. They only loved the illusion they created. They made your heart the enemy, never their own choices. Their lies are a reflection of what they refused to heal. You are not what they said. You are everything they never understood. They erased your name to save their story from crumbling. You held on. They let go and rewrote the ending without you. They blamed you for the silence they built between two hearts. Their version of you is a mirror cracked by their fears. You loved without condition. They loved only their own image. They said you destroyed us. Really, they just never wanted to build. You are not their shadow. You are the light they lost. Their lies fell like autumn leaves, beautiful but empty inside. They made you the villain in a story they abandoned halfway. You are the truth they wished to hide behind false words. Their silence screamed louder than any excuse they made. You loved with an open heart. They closed theirs and fled. They painted your scars as wounds inflicted, not survived. Their stories twisted your love into something unrecognizable. You're not the one who left. You're the one they lost. Their lies are the cracks in the foundation they refused to fix. You gave all. They took and rewrote history without consent. They blamed you for breaking when they never built to last. You are not broken. You are the healing they denied themselves. Their words made you a myth, but your heart beats real and true. They lied to hide their fear of facing what they lost. You held love sacred. They desecrated it with silence. Their story is a mask covering the truth of their cowardice. You are not the villain. You are the victim of their deceit. Their lies shattered your reflection, but not your soul. You loved fiercely. They fled from the fire they couldn't tame. They made you a stranger in a home you built together. Their words were poison disguised as excuses. You are the truth they chose to silence with lies. They blamed you for distance while they created the space. You are not their story. You are the untold truth waiting to be heard. They told lies to cover the cracks in their own heart. You are not forgotten. You're just the truth they fear to face. Their lies are ashes. Your truth is the phoenix rising. You loved openly. They hid behind their fabricated truths. They claimed you walked away, but they were the ones who fled. Your heart was never the enemy. It was the battlefield. Their silence screamed guilt louder than their words ever could. You are not a chapter to be rewritten. They forgot your voice. They blamed you for endings they chose to begin. You loved in light. They hid in shadows of their lies. Their stories are castles built on sand, ready to fall. You gave truth. They handed out lies wrapped in excuses. They made you the story's villain to mask their own faults. Your love was a refuge. They burned it down with deceit. Their words were a prison built around your innocence. You are the truth that outlives every lie they told. They painted you as lost, but you were just unseen. Their lies tried to silence you. Your heart still speaks loudest. You are not their lie. You are the echo of what was real. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They used your love as a shield against their own shame. You were never the problem. They just refused to fix it. Their lies hid the cracks in a heart they never healed. You loved without fear. They fled into the safety of falsehoods. They made your truth uncomfortable so they could live in comfort. You are not the villain of their story. You are the untold hero. Their words are the dust left behind after the storm of lies. You gave your heart. They gave only shadows in return. Their story erased your name, but never your existence. You loved in truth. They escaped into the illusion they created. They blamed you to avoid confronting their own brokenness. You are not the wound. They are the scars they refuse to own. Their silence built walls. Your love was the key they lost. You were a light they feared to keep in their darkness. They made you the echo of a love they abandoned. You loved freely. They imprisoned themselves in lies. Their lies fall apart, but your truth remains unshaken. You are the real story beneath every lie they told. They told others you left, while their heart never truly stayed. Your love was never a lie. Their story just forgot the truth. They told lies so convincing, even you began to doubt your own love's purity. You were their secret truth they never wanted the world to know. They claimed you were the storm, but they were the thunder that followed. Your love was a truth too bright for their shadowed heart. They told you were cold, but they froze the warmth with betrayal. You held the space, they abandoned it and blamed you. Their lies are the wounds they never had the courage to heal. You were never the enemy, you were the peace they feared. They blamed your silence, but their absence screamed louder. You loved with all you had. They hid behind hollow excuses. They turned your kindness into a weapon they wielded against you. Your heart beat honesty while theirs whispered deceit. They made you the scapegoat for the love they failed to protect. You loved openly. They ran scared of their own reflection. Their stories about you were designed to erase your existence. You were never the problem. They just never wanted to solve it. They lied about your love because they feared losing control. Your truth shines brightest when their lies crumble in silence. They made your heart a battlefield and walked away unscathed. You were their mistake, disguised as a myth they told others. Their lies were a fragile veil over their own brokenness. You loved fiercely, but they only loved the idea of love. They called you unworthy, yet their own heart was unfaithful. You are not the lie they told. You are the truth they feared. They painted you as cold to hide their own icy betrayal. Your silence was loud enough to expose their false stories. They told you left, but they were the ones who disappeared. You loved honestly. They only loved the illusion they sold. Their words were a prison, but your soul remained free. You are not forgotten. You are the truth that never fades. They blamed you for endings they chose to begin. You gave all love. They gave only excuses wrapped in lies. Their stories about you are dust in the wind of truth. You loved openly. They hid in shadows of deceit. They made you the villain, but your heart remained pure. Your love was a lighthouse. They sailed away from its light. They lied to save face. You stood strong in your truth. You are not the broken one. Their lies broke the bond. Their silence was louder than any excuse they gave. You loved with your whole soul. They loved only their reflection. They told others you abandoned, but they walked away first. You were the truth they could never admit to themselves. Their lies crumbled, but your love is eternal. You held on to love. They let go of honesty. They turned your kindness into a story of betrayal. You are not the shadow they painted. You are the light. Their lies tried to erase you. Your truth still remains. You loved deeply. They only loved the illusion of love. They blamed you for silence, but their absence screamed guilt. Your heart beat truth while theirs whispered deception. They told others you left. Their heart never truly stayed. You loved with courage. They fled from their own fear. Their stories are broken mirrors reflecting their own shame. You were never the problem. They refused to be the solution. They made you a myth to cover their own mistakes. Your love was the truth buried under their lies. They blamed you for endings they caused in silence. You held love sacred. They desecrated it with deceit. Their lies fall apart, but your heart remains unshaken. You are the real story beneath every lie they told.